Batteries help. Okay, Bolt, you can come back. Oh, no. Gus is going to come get you. Hi, Gus. Hey. I know. Someone is making filming difficult today. And that's totally okay. I could not care less. But I am going to talk through a little bit of a cabin tour for you all while someone takes a nap. If I set him down, his nap will be cut from an hour to 10 minutes, and I don't want to do that. He was so overtired yesterday from me trying to do that. I am going to talk through a cabin tour with you all. We have been getting a bunch of comments saying, how do you live like that, especially with a baby? Why do you live like that? Who would want to live like that? And while I'm not sure that my whys would necessarily resonate with everybody, I can definitely show you how we live like this. This is a 200 square foot cabin with a half loft upstairs. The half loft upstairs is being just used for storage. We could have put our bed up there and that would have made a lot of sense, but having him in December, I didn't want to go up and down the stairs every night, every morning, holding a baby. It just didn't feel like something my clumsy self was going to be able to do. This is the small cabin of my in-laws' two cabins. They have a bigger cabin that's almost exactly what we'll be building on our property, and we are staying in their guest cabin this winter with little man. We have a wood stove for heat. We got firewood all summer. We are keeping up on our firewood this winter. If you saw the video of us getting firewood with the snow machine and the sled, it's just good to keep up on it, especially like today is negative 20 degrees outside. You go through a lot more firewood on days like that. For water, we can either go to town and get water. If you watched our errands video, you saw us do that. There's a watering hole. We get our drinking water from there if we don't buy bottles. I prefer not to buy bottles and keep refilling the bottles I have, but we'll fill up our 7-gallon jugs that we will set up on our shelf here to my right that's gravity fed into our fish fillet sink for doing dishes. I know that seems crazy to a lot of people, but it works pretty well. I'll be excited to get back in our camper this summer with actual running water, but it's better than holding a jug to wash your dishes and pouring the water manually. I've done that as well, and this is a lot better of a system. For cooking, all I have is a Coleman stove hooked up to a 7-gallon propane tank. That's right next to my sink on my fish fillet table, and it works just fine. I can't do oven stuff. I have cooked a few things in my wood stove, but that's really difficult oven-wise, so I just do mainly stovetop meals. If I do need to use an oven, my in-laws, Levi's parents, have an oven in their big cabin, so we can always go over there and use it. For laundry, I have a whole video on how I do laundry, but just a quick review of it is I have a small machine that's designed to go in like an RV or something. It has a wash cycle and a spin cycle, and then I hang it on my clothesline that dangles over our bed. So the spin cycle is very important to get all of the moisture out that you can. And then it hang dries with the wood stove. Of course, it dries pretty quickly. I'll usually leave things up overnight, but it doesn't even really need that long. For septic system, we just have an outhouse. At our new property, we will just have an outhouse. We have a video when we were working on our property this fall of us digging the outhouse hole, if you haven't seen that one yet. I know outhouses seem like a crazy thing to do. They are very common, very normal up here in Alaska. Most of the people I know up here have outhouses. We're just going to build ourselves a really nice outhouse. We picked up a door from Lowe's that was on a super clearance that will help us keep it nice and sealed from bugs and weather. Figure if we're planning on using it for the next 10 years at least, then it might as well be nice. We do have internet here. We have Starlink, which is my in-laws, and we will also be putting up Starlink at our property. It works pretty well. We did have... Oh my goodness, guys. Go back to sleep. The Starlink does work pretty well. We did have to cut quite a few trees to the north here to get it to work pretty well, and then every day around 2 p.m. it decides to stop working. We also have a Roku TV that has helped save my sanity on my long weeks indoors with him. We do travel in and out right now on Snow Machine. The in-laws' cabins are past winter road maintenance. Our cabin will be on winter road maintenance, which will be kind of nice, but a little less exciting, I guess. That means, especially on these cold days, I stay home with Henry. It's saved quite a bit of sanity for me since I'm pretty stuck in this 200 square feet. So I guess in my opinion, I don't see how I can't live this way. I have running water, have an outhouse, we have electricity, we have Wi-Fi, we have a TV, wood stove, the best form of heat in my opinion. It is very limited space, but keeping things organized is the key to that. Right now things aren't super organized just because a lot of time has been spent like this. I think part of the reason it's not that bad is because it's temporary. We have maybe 3 or 4 months left in this cabin. We'll move back into our camper, which is a little easier just because it's set up with closets and cabinets and drawers where we kind of had to buy some shelves and stuff for in here. Plus we'll be working on building our own cabin. At the end of the day, this makes sense for us, and it just means that that 720 square foot cabin is going to be an absolute mansion when we move in. Living like this has taught us a lot about ourselves, about our relationship, about the dogs, about Henry. What it comes down to is knowing it's temporary and knowing that we are going to be living an amazing life on our property. We have huge plans, gardening plans, fishing, moose hunting, the cabin. Once it's built, we'll get on the inside and we'll be building a kitchen totally from scratch. I hope that answers the question of how we live this way. Overall, we've enjoyed it and we've learned a lot from it, and we probably won't ever do it again. Parents were just here. Now Levi's brother is on his way as we speak, so I'm going to finish up cleaning. Our negative 20 degree cold snap should be coming to a close here soon, and maybe we'll get outside a little bit more. As always, thank you so much for staying tuned. Spring is on the way. It's February now, and we are getting so close to being able to work again. Until next time. Alright, what do you think? Give me like 20 minutes?